Hey all, my name is Eric and I am the Associate Pastor here at Live Oak, and this is your midweek moment. So, about a month ago in service, we were looking at King Solomon, and we looked at this time in his life where God comes to him and says, "Ask me whatever you want, and I will give it to you." Well, Solomon at that time, although he was king and he was married with a kid, he still felt overwhelmed. In fact, he says that he feels like a little child, right? Like he just is overwhelmed with all of this responsibility that he has, and he wants to do a really great job. And so he asks God for discernment and wisdom so that he can be the best king he can. And so God says, you know what, that is awesome. And so God blesses him with wisdom. And it says that Solomon wrote like 3,000 Proverbs. Well, we have some of those Proverbs in the book of Proverbs, right? And I don't know about you, but sometimes in life, it can feel overwhelming as well, right? But we can look around and see, different people saying different things about what's safe, what's not safe. We have different political parties arguing. Today is back to school, back to in-person school, and so that was a big thing for a lot of people. They just felt like, what do I do? What's the best decision here? And in those times, you can feel overwhelmed. You can feel anxious. You can feel maybe a little bit stressed out sometimes. And so, what we want to do in those moments is we want wisdom. Well, one of the best places to look for wisdom is right here in the book of Proverbs. In fact, that's what we've been taking the youth through on Sunday nights. And so, what I want to do this week is I want to challenge you that if you're in a spot where you feel like you need wisdom in your life, to start reading the book of Proverbs. Do what we're doing for Refuge and just read a chapter a day because there's only 31 chapters. So, if you knock out a chapter a day, you will have read this entire book in 1 month. Right? Here's a really cool thing though. The book of Proverbs is all about wisdom for things like relationships, marriage, kids, finances, career, right? And it also teaches us how do we spot foolish ideas and foolish people. Now, sometimes when you jump on social media, you can look at maybe what other people post, and you're just kind of like, what in the world is that? Right? It just sounds foolishness, and oftentimes they just repeat it over and over in different ways. And the book of Proverbs teaches you how to spot things that are foolishness from true wisdom. And so just by reading the book of Proverbs, you can start to have that wisdom that God gave to Solomon so long ago and is still giving to you today through the Holy Spirit. And so I just want to challenge you all that, join us and what we're doing in Refuge to read a chapter a day, because as you read it, right, God's going to infuse that wisdom and bury it into your heart so that way you start to make wise decisions and you know that you can spot foolish ideas versus wise ideas. Because as we do that, we live lives that have more peace, more security, more stability, because we know that no matter what, we're making the best, the most wise decisions that we can at the moment. So thanks a lot. Dig into Proverbs. Again, a chapter a day. Most chapters are like 28 to 33 verses, so it's pretty easy. And as you do, you're going to find that you just love the wisdom that's in the book of Proverbs. Thanks a lot, and we will see you on Sunday.